There's something special about Jeanette Feldman.
Well, I say I'm in college. I'm in Old Age 101.
She is 101 years old, a centenarian. She and her husband, Edward Steady Eddie Feldman, are also among the longest serving volunteers in the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs history, serving a total of 60 years between the two of them.
They didn't call him Steady Eddie for nothing.
It's a commitment to serve veterans that started more than 80 years ago.
Edward didn't want to wait to be drafted, so he volunteered in February of 1941, well ahead of Pearl Harbor.
Through his service, Edward came to understand the sacrifices people make when they fight for our country. So when Edward and Jeanette retired,
he said, I would like to volunteer at a VA hospital. I was shocked. I looked at him. I said, "Are you sure that's what you want to do?" He said, "Absolutely, that's what I want to do."
VA placed the pair in the Loch Raven Medical Center in Baltimore before transitioning them to the new Baltimore VA Medical Center.
You have no idea what a warm blanket will do for a patient when he's nervous.
VA works with its volunteers to implement a variety of critical support services to medical facilities and patients, whether it's helping get veterans to appointments through the Volunteer Transportation Network or doing virtual visits as part of VA's new Compassionate Contact Corps. The impact is significant. Despite the pandemic, in 2021, more than 25,000 volunteers served more than 2.5 million volunteer hours that created a value add to VA of almost $100 million. But there isn't a dollar amount that captures the value volunteers provide to veterans.
Everybody was an escort, and we would sit around and wait for, my husband used to take the calls all the time, and he would tell, different volunteers to go out on such and such a call.
On this particular day, early in their years as volunteers, a call came in for a volunteer to take a cancer patient outside. The patient so sick with throat cancer, the volunteer would need to wear head-to-toe protective gear.
He said, "Oh, I know, my wife will do it." And that's what his wife did. It happened to be an absolutely magnificent day outside, a spring day and wonderful. So we sat outside, side by side. His head was lifted up to the air and as though he were drawing in every bit of fresh air that he could. And I said, "Do you like it?" And he would nod or he would shake his head. I asked him if he had relatives. None, no relatives, nobody. He was alone. So about 20 minutes, I said, "Are you ready to go in?" And he shook his head vigorously, and absolutely, he did not want to go in. So I decided, "Jeanette, this is what you do. You stay with him until he wants to go in." And I did.
The pair were outside for 2 hours, so long that Steady Eddie had to come find Jeanette and tell her it was time for the patient to go inside and for Jeanette to go home.
I called in the morning, and they told me he had passed away in the night. And I cried. I really cried but I was so happy that he had gotten his last wish to be outside.
An afternoon in the sun, the final moment of joy for a veteran on his last day, made possible by a volunteer.
In the end, it's compassion.
Steady Eddie has passed on, and Jeanette can no longer volunteer, but she hopes that other people pick up where she left off, giving their time to veterans as volunteers. Make a positive difference in the life of a veteran this year. Visit www.volunteer.va.gov to learn how you can start volunteering at a VA facility near you.